Good morning, students. Today we are going to do chapter number 4, the Supreme Court. In the picture, you can see the Supreme Court's judgments given over here in the newspaper. Children, why is law necessary? Law is necessary for the safety and welfare of the people. In our country, a hierarchy of court is in place to impart justice. It starts with the lowest court, known as the Taluka Court, which is succeeded by the district court. Then comes the High Court and finally the Supreme Court, which is called as the highest court of the country. This hierarchy of court is known as judiciary. The judiciary is one of the most important organ of the government and it is well knit and continuous process. Now let us see what is the role of Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of India is in Delhi. The Supreme Court of our country came into existence on 20th January 1950. It resolves disputes between citizens and the government, between states and between the center and any state. Now let us understand with the example. The example is given over here in your textbook about Save Narmada movement of Gujarat. Actually, a protest was made against increasing the height of Narmada Dam, which was located near Navagam, above 110 meters. Environmentalist organizations and NGOs from Madhya Pradesh were fighting for the rights of tribal people who will lose their land and habitat forever due to this project. On March 8, 2006, the Supreme Court passed a judgment to resolve the conflict between the two states. The judgment was in favor of Gujarat state. The court stated that due to rising population, it was necessary to carry out this project. So, the possibility of positive development and benefits to living beings due to the Sardar Sarovar Yojana could not be ignored. Thus, the fundamental rights of the tribal people were protected and the Yojana was also went ahead. Why is judiciary independent? Judiciary should be independent because if the judges be under anyone's influence or if they are controlled by any influential or powerful people, they will not be able to give impartial judgments. So, therefore, our constitution does not allow any such interference. The judiciary is independent of legislature and the executive body. Now, are the courts at various levels connected with each other? Let us try to understand this with a short story. There were few houses in southern direction where Ratlam municipality had constructed road. Behind them houses was an old road leading to the government college. Near the junction, an old and the new municipality road ran a culvert of dirty water. Industrialists, Industries released water infested with chemicals in the culvert. It had become the source of foul smell and mosquitoes. Slum dwellers answered the nature calls by the sides of this culvert. The health department had failed in controlling the mosquitoes. The residents repeatedly written applications to remove the dirt around it, but the health department failed to take care of it. As a result, the residents appealed in the Taluka court. The magistrate gave the verdict in the favor of the residents. The judgment of the Taluka court is hereby declared unfair. This verdict was challenged by the residents. They went to the High Court. The High Court sustained the judgment of the Taluka court but added some words to it. The following was the verdict of the High Court. For a closed draining system, 7 months time is given instead of 15 days. The pits should be closed with the soil to stop water accumulation and mosquito breeding. The work should be completed within 2 years. The Ratla municipality, being unhappy with the verdict, appealed to the Supreme Court. However, the Supreme Court sustained the judgment of the Taluka court and further ordered that the chemical and the dye plant, which were responsible for the pollution, should be closed with the joint effort of the municipality and the state government. High courts and Supreme Court protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. Any citizen can approach a court with his or her complaint. However, it is very difficult for poor people who are illiterate and have to earn their living on a daily basis to go to the court and demand justice. Now, keeping in mind this fact, the Supreme Court announced the provision of the public interest litigation, that is called as PIL, in 1980. For example, PIL was filed to free laborers from inhuman labor, to release prisoners who were not released from the jail in Bihar even after they had served their terms. If the Supreme Court feels that fundamental rights of any one group of society are being threatened, it can take an interest in the case and pass a judgment in favor of the people. Now the Supreme Court find any PIL regarding fundamental rights or their implementation is inappropriate, then it may punish the person or the group or whichever institution it is to be concerned. So this is all about the Supreme Court.